Aloha, this is Matt Darnell with ComTel.Cloud, like up in the sky. On this channel, we talk about small, medium-sized business, hardware, software, cloud software. If that's the kind of stuff you're looking for, you are in the right place. So what we're doing now is the final video we're having on this Synology. Let me show you what we're talking about. This is a Synology. It's a 1522 plus. I'll put the exact details. You can get that down there in the description of the previous video. So that's what we're dealing with. And on our last videos, we got a lot of really good suggestions from folks, from some fundamental ones, increase the MTU size to it's just the spindle speed. That's why this won't go any faster. So let me show you what we've kind of run up against here. One is if I go to the Unify, the switch is plugged into, this SFP plus that we had over here was giving us errors. I had an extra TP-Link SFP plus module, so I swapped them out, no problem. It's not giving us any more errors there. So that's good. And the other thing that we discovered that I want everyone to know about is, if I go to the control panel and let's go to the network here. One thing I was really surprised about is on the 10 gig port, if I edit this, you can see that we're able to set the MTU manually. But if I go to the bonded ports, the four 1 gig ports, you can see that you cannot increase the MTU size. You can go smaller, but you cannot go bigger. And I thought, well, maybe that's because there was that bond. But even if you delete the bond, or no matter how you have the bond, individual NICs, bonded NICs, 2 NICs, 3 NICs, bonded together, it will not let you get a larger MTU than 1500 on the 1 gig port. So that's something to think about. So I was getting ready to just go nuclear on this thing and try all different things. But then I thought, let's do a basic fundamental test here. Let's try do iPerf from the Mac Studio, which has that integrated 10 gig port, over to my laptop that has a 2.5 gig USB port. So when I did that, I kind of got some interesting findings here. So this is from the point of view of the laptop. This was a screen capture I took from the laptop. So this has got the 2.5 gig port in that. You'll notice that this was in server mode. So the laptop, and if you know what iPerf is, it just lets you pass data back and forth between two machines, Mac, Linux, Windows, doesn't matter what's going to what, and then it gives you this great output. So the laptop at this point was in server mode because you have one server and one client. Probably get multiple clients talking to the same server simultaneously. I've never tried that. Let me know down in the comments if you can have 5 clients attaching to the same server at the same time. Trying to do a burst test. But here we accepted connection from .136. That's the Mac Studio, and my goodness, this is all it could push up, or all that the laptop could pull down. These are barely over 100 megabytes. So, far below a gigabit, and far below 2.5 gigabits, which is what theoretically this should be able to do. So then I just flip-flopped it. I went over to the Mac Studio. Again, you just type iPerf, depending on what it is, -S, and that means you're the server. That's all you do, and it sits there waiting. And then on the laptop, I did -C, which probably means connect. I don't know if it means client. And then you just put the IP address of the server machine that you want to talk to. And if you'll see here, what a difference. 2.5 gigabit, very solid here. I was really surprised to have the huge difference with that. So that's the first thing we're going to figure out here. Why is it so slow the other way? If this was 20 years ago, I'd say we had a full duplex, half duplex mismatch or something like that. But at these speeds, everything's full duplex. I can't imagine what that is. So we're going to do that. And the way we're going to do that first, let me, is layer one. So I went ahead downstairs. I mean, they're not matched, but these are Cat 7 patch cords for all the cords we've used so far. They are, the skinny, the monoprice kind of stuff you see. So I'm going to go ahead and replace the Mac Studio with this Cat 7 5 meter, 15 feet patch cord and do the same test and see if we get a different result with just a layer one change. Because the Mac Studio is set at MTU of 9,000. The laptop is MTU 9,000. The switch, jumbo packets has been turned on. So everything in the network is all maxed out as far as the MTU goes. I don't understand why we had that such a huge mismatch. So let me go change this out and we'll run the same test and see what we have. We changed out that cord and it might have made a little bit of a difference. Let me put that up here, a little bit easier to see. You can see here now we get pretty steady. I've been fooling around. That's why there's kind of the up and downs here. But above, 500 megabytes on average now, and that's about 4 gigabits. And I'm going to call that a win. I think that's about as fast as we're going to go with these spinning disks. So what we're going to be doing is actually taking out those disks and putting in some SSDs. We had a project where we had bought 4 terabyte SSDs, and the device could actually only handle 1 terabyte. So actually, I don't think this one's been opened. I won't use that one. But these, so we ripped out the 4 terabyte SSDs, put in 1 terabyte, and just reboxed these. So I'm going to take the 4 spinning disks out of that and put this in. Do the same kind of test. That'll be probably a short to see if it does speed it up at all. I won't have any read-write cache in it, but just putting in these, it'll obviously be just a RAID 5 for that with only 3 disks. And another reason I want to do that is I purchased a NAS, and it is from Ugreen. A lot of people know them for their cables. It is the NA-Sync DXP 4800. And let me tell you, this thing is heavy. Now, everything you see here on this channel, I purchased. I didn't get any, no one sent it to me. I only buy and review things that I think that an SMB would be interested in. It just seems like once you get on that gravy train of getting that equipment, you're beholden to them, and you better say nice things. We're not going to send you any more stuff. So I'm going to take all the same hardware, all the hard drives and the cache, because that NAS that I just showed you, but I'll have an unboxing of it, has got an integrated 10 gig NIC and an integrated 2.5 gig NIC. So there's no 1 gig NICs, but it's got the 2.5 gig and the 10 gig integrated in. Now it is from China, so maybe they're more expensive now than when I first bought it, but we'll check out the current street price when we do the unboxing. And a lot of people are worried about the data in China and going there, and it has features from what I read, kind of like a Synology that you can log into the Synology site. I think it's, what is it, Synology.me or something, and then from there you can go into your Synology. We won't be activating that, but we're going to test all the features on that. So definitely check that out. Now here, I think that this is about it that we're going to have on this NAS. It probably is a hard drive speed, but if I go to the storage manager, and what I see here is that if I go to this volume and the SSD cache here, you can see that it's hitting 98%, the cache hit rate. So that means that it's able to fulfill the IO requests. So it's not like these files you're pulling from the hard drive anymore. I've done the same file so many times that, and this has 4 terabytes of, or actually, I guess it's RAID 1, so 1.8 terabytes of space. And on the entire storage pool, let's see what is used here. We go to overview. Is that going to tell us? How do we see what's used? Um, oh, so we're only using less than less than half of a terabyte of space on the drive. So you literally could load everything on the hard drives and put it right there on the cache. And I'm sure it's done that a couple of times. So yeah, we're at the end here. We're actually we have other drives we're gonna put in there for it's gonna go into production. So definitely give a subscribe if you want to see about the Ugreen NAS. They're I think they're going to be very popular. We'll check out features, their active backup kind of things. We don't use any of the home features on the Synologies, the where you can sync your phone pictures or files. We use OneDrive for that in our stack for syncing pictures, syncing files, SharePoint, that type of thing. We just use it basically for file storage, might be for iSCSI. So we'll do more business things with this, not looking at the home type features with the Ugreen. But same hard drive, same cache. We'll see if we get the same speeds with the same data. So this is Matt Darnell with ComTel.Cloud. Cloud, like up in the sky. Hope you had a great day. Aloha. Hey, what are you doing? I am trying to make a video. Don't mess with the cords. Come on. Hey. I'm trying to make a video. Don't push everything. Don't push no. This is not your desk. This is not your desk. No. Come on. No, let go. Come on, hey. Time to go. Okay. Come on, time to go. Just because you're a junior engineer, that doesn't mean you get to show up whenever you want. Okay. Here we go.